Why We Never Run Out of Diseases, a story about wellness, focus, and the power of thought. Let me tell you a story. One that began not in a lab, not in a hospital, but on an ordinary afternoon during a quiet walk through the city park. I was sitting on a bench beneath a large oak tree, the kind that has seen hundreds of seasons come and go. The air was calm, and the world felt still for a moment. That's when my friend Leo joined me. He's the kind of person who carries big questions in his back pocket, always thinking, always searching. He sat down, looked around, and without much small talk, asked me something that stopped me in my tracks. He said, "Mira, I've been wondering, if we've found cures for so many diseases over time, polio, smallpox, even the worst plagues, then why do new diseases keep showing up? Shouldn't we be running out of them by now?" A fair question, right? Logical even. But something about the way he asked it made me realize this wasn't just about medicine. This was about something deeper. I paused, looked at him, and said, "Leo, let me tell you a story that someone once shared with me. It changed the way I look at health, illness, and even life. There was once a wise man, let's call him Elan. He had spent decades observing not just the physical body, but the energy, emotion, and consciousness behind it. One day, someone came to him with a question just like Leo's. "Why," they asked, "does illness still exist if we're so advanced in science and technology?" And Elan replied, "Because most people don't understand the power of their attention. They think they're fighting disease, but they're actually feeding it. They focus so much on what's wrong, the lack, the fear, the vulnerability, that they don't realize they're creating more of the same." You see, Elan believed that where your focus goes, energy flows, and energy over time takes form. He said, "You cannot be in a constant battle against disease without keeping your mind and your body tuned to the frequency of disease. When your thoughts are rooted in fear, in powerlessness, in the urgent need to fix something that's broken, you invite more of that brokenness into your experience." At that point, I could see Leo was intrigued, but not fully convinced. So I went on. "Let's look at how most people live," I said. "When they feel well, they barely notice it. No celebration, no gratitude, no pause to say, 'Thank you, body, for showing up for me today.' But the moment they feel a twinge of pain or fall ill, all their attention turns to healing. That's when the search begins, for doctors, for pills, for answers. But what if the answer was already within?" Elan believed the real key wasn't in curing disease, it was in preventing its need to appear in the first place. And how do we do that? By mastering what he called the vibrational cause. Think of it like this. Every thought you think carries a certain vibration. When you think peaceful thoughts, your body responds with ease. When you're joyful, your immune system strengthens. When you're in love, the body heals faster, sleeps deeper, breathes easier. But when you live in chronic stress, when you carry resentment, fear, or grief, your body listens to that too. Disease, in many ways, is the body's last attempt to get your attention. It's saying, "Hey, something's out of alignment here." Elan once said, "You can't live in tension and expect your body to stay relaxed. You can't stay in fear and expect your cells to feel safe. And you can't obsess over what's wrong and expect to create what's right." That's when Leo looked up at me, brow furrowed, and asked, "So, what are we supposed to do? Just ignore disease? Pretend it doesn't exist?" "Not at all," I said. "Awareness isn't the same as obsession. You can acknowledge something without giving it all your energy. You can notice imbalance and then shift your focus, not on fixing what's broken, but on creating more of what feels whole." Elan taught that our natural state is wellness. We don't have to earn it. It's not a prize or a reward, it's our baseline. But life, stress, fear, and disconnection pull us away from it. The good news? We can return at any time. We don't need the world to change. We don't need everyone to understand this before we do. We just need to start with ourselves. I looked at Leo and said, "You can break the cycle. You can stop reacting to illness and start creating well-being. But it starts with appreciation. For your breath, for your body, for this moment. When you live in that frequency, disease doesn't have much room to grow." He sat in silence for a while. I could tell he was really absorbing it. Not just the logic of it, but the feeling. Because something about it felt true. So the next time someone wonders why we never run out of diseases, I hope you'll remember this story. It's not about erasing illness from the face of the earth. It's about shifting the way we live so that illness becomes unnecessary, not through force, not through fear, but through awareness, alignment, and deep, deliberate appreciation of our natural state, wellness.